How's it going?
Good.
Good.
What's up with you?
I don't know. Glad to be black. Oh my God. Glad to be back here for another Nut Up episode, another Nut Up show. So welcome
funny.
to the podcast.
Yeah.
And I'll just start off by saying that we've been talking about this, I guess, internally, or just, amongst ourselves for the past week.
Yeah.
And it's something that's really frustrating. It really pisses me off. And it's all this stuff. Like when you look at the fitness industry and you look at influencers or what have you, they're always peddling something that you need in order to achieve whatever goal it is you happen to have. Yeah. And it just pisses me off. It's like, it's just so fucking infuriating that it's just out there so much that it's overwhelming. And if you don't understand kind of what's going on or a lot about the biology and the science behind muscle building or fat loss or whatever, then it's like you're going to see these things and you might be you're subject to like wanting to buy it because you think it's going to work for you. Yeah. And anyways, I don't know, that's just an introduction, I guess, but it's just really frustrating how it's everywhere.
Well, and it's this like consumerism, like you need to buy this and this is what's going to help you lose the weight. And at the end of the day, you don't need any of that stuff. We certainly didn't. Like, did we buy anything to help us with our weight loss this summer?
No. If anything, you buy less because you just stop eating. I mean, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So that's what's so fun. Like, bottom line is, at least in terms of if you want to lose weight, the easiest way to do it and the best way is to just stop eating. Yeah. Like, period. Yeah. You can say all you want about other methods about how you could lose weight faster, but like, show me how you could lose weight faster by not eating. Yeah. I'm not saying just don't eat for 200 days and that's it, whatever, right? You have to be smart about when you start to eat, when you like refeed and all these kinds of factors that go into, which I think we've already talked about fasting, but we'll talk about it again, whatever. It's not really the point to talk about the science behind fasting, but the point is that that's the easiest way. Yeah. Now, when you're out there and you see all these supplements that you need to take or these different types of diets or whatever, or products, it's all just a bunch of bullshit. And it's just a way for people to make money. I mean, what is the fitness industry's like, not budget, but like how much revenue does it generate?
I don't know.
It's certainly billions, but is it trillions even? Like, I don't know. It's insane.
I don't know.
Or even, the food industry, like, I don't know what industry is bigger than the food industry. Like, everyone has to eat. Yeah. Period. Yeah. And the more you get people to eat, the more money you make. Yeah. Like trillions? Like that's like everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Food is the primary thing. Yep. The next thing will be like, air and water once those become commodities that you can buy and sell. I guess corporations haven't quite yet figured out how to sell that stuff. I mean, you can get bottled water and all that kind of stuff, but
but I
these are the necessities you need to live in.
It's unfortunate because I think you have some of these like influencers that, are hawking all these products because they're getting paid so much money for every post that they have. Yep. And like it's like some of them are like the skinny teas, like these skinny teas you see a lot, like this Team I or something like that. It's kind of called.
Okay, so hang on. So skinny tea, what is this? So skinny tea, not like tea as in a t-shirt.
No, like drink.
Like the tea.
Drink.
Okay.
Yeah. And so you drink this tea for like 7 days, or you like have 2 meals, almost like a slim fast. Like you have like 2 meals, then you drink this tea in the evening or something like that. They all have like different protocols that they use. But basically what it does is it makes you shit. So it's like a diuretic and it just makes you poo.
So what is it?
I don't know.
What's in this tea?
I have no idea. But that's basically the mechanism of action is either you're not eating because it says, just have this tea for like 3 days or 5 days or something. So either you're just not eating, which goes back to what we just said, or
it just disguises it as a form of fasting.
Yeah. Or you do eat, but then it's just like it makes you go to the bathroom and you just crap everything out.
Yeah.
Which isn't healthy. And then people can become addicted to that. Like that's actually part of bulimia is people will take laxatives and make themselves go. So it can become an eating disorder for sure.
Like laxatives to make you shit?
Yeah.
That's not bulimia though.
Well, but it's a purge, right? That's the definition of bulimia is purging, binging and purging.
Okay. I never heard of that before.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
But it's a thing,
unbelievable.
right?
What do you? I just shit all day. It's like, really? Ugh.
It's called cholera.
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
No, but so there's that, and then so there's those skinny teas, and the other thing that was big. I don't know if it's still big. I haven't seen it in a while, but these waist trainers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hang on. Let's go back to this skinny tea stuff.
Yeah.
So how big is this thing?
Oh, it's pretty big.
I haven't even heard about this.
It's
this
pretty
is new to
big.
me.
Like the Kardashians.
So they promote it.
Yeah. They're the big ones.
And so is it all like one company, or is it just a bunch of different things?
There's a bunch of different
and
companies.
Is it actually tea? So you don't know what
tea. It is tea, but it has like these like known kind of laxative effects or diuretic effects.
Sure. All right. And are they 0 calories?
Yep.
Okay. So
this is tea, right? Like, yeah.
So it's like combining fasting with having to,
I think so,
to shit all the time.
To shit all the time. Yeah.
So then it's just like, why? And do they shove these things with nutrients or anything, or like any electrolytes or whatever?
I don't think so.
Because that's the key thing. When you're fasting, you need to make sure that you get your salts in. Because if you don't have that, then you're losing your body's ability to send signals back and forth to your brain. So that's one of the biggest dangers of fasting, is making sure that
and I think
that's taken care of. So I don't know if that's in that tea, probably not.
And like I think there has been some doctors that have come out, and there's been little like articles here and there about the dangers of skinny teas and detox teas and
that's another thing. I was talking to somebody I don't last week, and it was all about like teas, and there's like detox cleanses and all this kind of stuff. And like, to me, it's all just a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, it
in
is.
that, like, your body is naturally
that's what
able to detox itself. That's what it's for.
Liver,
like,
if you have a liver, like then you're detoxing.
That's
your
what
body
it does.
has to detox.
Yeah,
because we're assaulted with all kinds of stuff.
Yep,
every day,
all day, every day.
And so your body has to have that ability, and that's why we have a liver.
Yeah, and it's like, is something that you take going to like? How is something that you take going to be able to detoxify everything? And like what
make
is
you
exactly
detox further?
Yeah,
and again, this goes back, the only way to detox further is to fast. Like that's probably the best way to detox.
Just get everything out.
Yeah,
stop putting things in, let your body get rid of all the stuff that's bad.
Exactly.
Like I think there's some nuance in there as well too. Like that's pretty much of a blanket statement, but there's probably stuff that you can do to help maybe draw out certain chemicals from your cells or something.
Well,
I don't know.
They're called like chelation agents, right? And so they can attach to certain metals.
Yeah. This like activated carbon kind of stuff.
Yeah,
or
but
whatever.
This is only if you have been in contact with some pretty toxic stuff that you would need to have to take a chelating agent, and then you can only undergo it like with the physician, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it can be very dangerous. There was an instance of a kid dying from it. So yeah. So, but like that's like extreme stuff, and that has nothing really to do with like weight loss. That's more if you've been exposed to something pretty serious.
Yeah. So just these like 5-day juice cleanses or whatever it is that you can buy in these packages that cost you like $300. It's like, that's not going to make your body cleanse. It's not going to be like, oh, all of a sudden I have no toxins in my body. It's like, no, don't buy into, like, it's marketing. It's marketing, and it's people trying to make money off of basically, like a society that's just getting fatter and fatter and unhealthier and unhealthier. And nobody wants to do the hard work, quote unquote hard work of just exercising and eating better and, or fasting as an example, right? Like, it's frustrating. Anyways, so skinny tea. So it's just a tea, 0 calories. So already we can kind of just deduce the mechanism is just fasting.
Part of it. Yeah.
It's just fasting. And, lowering your insulin levels, allowing your body to start tackling out that fat, and you start burning that fat.
Exactly.
Get the ketones, I guess, up in there as well too. And and you do that for 5 days. You do it with the tea, do it without the tea. You're going to have the same results, except maybe you might feel better because you're not shitting all the time. If this thing is some kind of laxative or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting. And how much does this stuff cost?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
And it's sold as like a take it for 5 days kind of thing, or like you can just substitute a meal with it.
Yeah, they have like different protocols, I'm sure. But
same thing, substitute a meal. It's like just skip a meal. Just skip a meal.
I know.
Like it's so hilarious. And like, listen, like, here's my pitch. I'll sell you my product. All right.
Yeah.
Here's my product.
Yeah.
Stop going to the grocery store. Don't buy any food. Drink salt water. Get your sodium in there. Get your potassium in there. get your what else do you need? Sodium, potassium. I can't remember.
Magnesium?
Yeah, you need maybe a little bit of magnesium. You put some of that stuff like baking soda, salts, and whatever. You get that in there. Drink some of that stuff. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Guess how much that costs? $0. It's free. It is available right now for purchase on all of our available channels. You know, like that's it. And that'll do it for you. That is all you need to start burning fat and losing weight and getting healthier.
Yeah.
And letting your body detox or cleanse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I get it. I think people want to make money. But
I think it preys on people that, you know, maybe are really overweight, are looking hopefully for like a quick and easy fix by just drinking tea.
I think that's it. Everyone's looking for that quick fix to be able to.
And that's it. That's the thing. Like
to get to where they want to go.
Yeah. And there is no quick fix. And whoever tries to says there is just trying to sell you something, and they don't care about your health. Because maybe you could have these teas and you drink it for a week and you drop all this weight, but that's not sustainable.
Yeah. And what are you going to do? You're just going to drink that tea all the time? What happens when you start back with eating?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. You have to have an exit strategy. You have to have a plan.
What's your plan? How are you going to change the way you eat? How did you get to where you are?
Yeah.
Take a look at that.
Yep.
And then figure out how you can change your habits and change your ways to get to where you want to go, and what tools you're going to use to make that kind of change.
Yeah. And I think this goes to like the whole point of our podcast and everything is you just have to nut up.
Yeah.
You just have to get down in the trenches and do that work.
And do the work.
You got to do the work.
And you don't have to buy anything.
Nope.
You just need to get your mind right and stop being a baby and just do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you've been listening to us for a while, I mean, you know what you need to do.
Yeah.
You know, if you have 100 pounds to lose, it's pretty straightforward. You can knock that off in a few months by
but it's gonna
watching what you eat, and more importantly, watching when you eat. If you still want to eat pizza and junk food, even if you just stick that to one meal a day and that's it, you will probably start losing weight. I mean, to a reason. Like, I'm not saying go to McDonald's and Wendy's and have all these crazy baconators or whatever, but you know, even if you at one meal a day and you're having a few things of pizza, I'm not suggesting to have this by any stretch of the imagination, but my point is fasting can go a whole lot way in getting your body right in terms of knowing when to burn fat for fuel. And
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely. I think the other thing too is it's not just like celebrities or these big Instagram influencers that are hawking this stuff. Like I know lots of people that are in this like multi-level marketing scheme
of course.
that are selling vitamins and smoothies and all kinds of other supplements. And the thing that I have a problem with that is, number one, it's a pyramid scheme, and it's all about making money.
How do these things still exist in 2019, and how do people constantly get duped into it?
They just, because I think sometimes,
unless you invent it,
I know,
which means you're a piece of shit, then why would you want to do it?
Yeah. So, but then the problem with that is then you have these people, and it's just like, it starts out as like, it's their side hustle. It's just what they're doing to supplement their income, but they don't have any background. They don't even have like a background in science or nutrition or anything. And so
that salesman.
Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. And that bothers me, because then like, you don't know what you're doing, and you can't help people properly if you don't have a background. Maybe they give you,
they're not trying to
maybe
help people.
they give you some like literature.
Of course they do. They give you literature, they give you script, and I'm sure they give you, I mean, again, selling is everything.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book right now. I think it's The Way of the Wolf. It's Jordan
Belfort. Yeah, I think so. Belfort. Yeah.
The Wolf of Wall Street guy, and reading his book on how to do sales and how to be a better salesman. And it's all psychology and knowing what to say, when to say it, and how to, of course, to prep your own state of mind as well to be the best that you can be, so that you can
be a good
close deals and talk to people at your best, so that you have the best chance of success.
Yeah.
And it's very powerful stuff. If you get good at it and proficient at it, you can almost sell shit to someone, in something that they don't even need.
They don't need,
So I'm sure they give all those types of materials to help you with your sales, and with how to talk to people, and how to convince them that this is what they need in order to get the result that they want.
Yeah. Well, what's really funny is I went on one of the websites of one of these companies, and of course, one of like on the main navigation, one of the tabs is science, and I was like, okay, click on
So what's
it.
this company? What's this?
It's USANA.
USANA.
Mhm.
Okay.
So it's a pretty big supplement company. Someone kind of tried to recruit me to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I told you about this.
I can't remember. I don't. When?
When you're in Waterloo.
Oh, this is a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's her face?
No, you
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
So, but anyways, and it's like people that take it truly believe in it and fair. But I went to click on it to see what the science tab said. And I mean, it's endorsed by Olympic athletes. Like Olympic athletes
Sure.
take this stuff and they have these celebrity endorsements.
Or at least they say they take it.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Yeah, who knows? So I clicked on the science to see, okay, well, where's their published, peer-reviewed scientific studies? And of course, there was nothing like that at all. It was just, they had like a bar and it said, ask your question. So I don't know if it would maybe take you to like a frequently asked questions page.
Oh, you didn't even try it?
I didn't even try it because I was like, I don't even know what to ask. But it was just like, if you say you have, and they had this picture of like their science PhD guy that does all their science for their formulations and
One
stuff.
guy.
But yeah, and it's not like there's no if that was me, I'd be like, here's my studies and this is why you should take it.
Yeah.
And it's been,
Here's how it works. Here's all the chemical processes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Like, where's the transparency? Like what's, there was nothing like that. So it's like, then you have to wonder, okay, well, if that's not front page news on their website, then are they legit? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, then what is?
What is? Yeah. So
it's a way to make money. Just even if a pyramid kind of structure of a company is selling a product that is actually good, it still doesn't even matter because it's even those structures of the way those companies are, like they can't last forever. I can't remember this, but there was a whole country almost that got like decimated because like almost everyone was in on it. And then it gets to so many people at the bottom of the pyramid that you can't sell it to anywhere else.
No, there's no one else
so like,
to sell it to.
It just crashes, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Even that, it's just not, it's so terrible. Just never ever go into one.
And just like that, like it's that whole supplement industry, like it's not well regulated. You don't know what's in stuff. It could just be filler.
Well, we talked a little bit about it last week, I guess, with homeopathy. So it's the same kind of thing.
It's the same deal.
That's a specific type of industry that is making all these kind of ridiculous claims of this crazy dilution.
Yeah.
But then any other kind of supplement is, some of them are better than others. If you need, vitamin D supplements because you're not getting enough sun, or you need some B12 or whatever, because
of course,
B12 is a lot harder to come by in our diets these days, just because maybe the way the foods are processed and all that kind of stuff. Even our agriculture, like even the vegetables
soils and
stuff, it's just not the same. So there are some good supplements, but I like, honestly, if you eat a well balanced and varied diet, you should not have to take any supplements at all. When were supplements invented?
I don't know.
Like,
that's a good
it can't
question.
be that long ago, and humans were doing just fine before then. Well, okay, that's maybe not, because maybe you could say that life expectancy was 20 years old. So okay, fair enough.
But I think the point is our science has come to a point where we know, well, we need to make sure we eat more of this food than that food. In terms of like, we know nutritionally what vitamins and minerals we need. And so we eat more of those foods you don't necessarily have to take supplements. You just need to make sure you get that good variety of food.
But that's tough though, in that every time you read a study, you'll see one guy saying that you can't eat meat because it's terrible for you and we don't need it. And you get another study saying that you have to eat meat and because it gives you, you know what I mean? Like there's so much variety, or not variety, but what's the word? Like conflicting information out there in terms of what is the best diet.
No, but that's not really what I'm talking about. I'm more talking about like specific like vitamins and minerals that that's required for our body, like essential amino acids that we have to have. That's and the like essential fatty acids and those sort of things. So what I'm saying is like our science has come to the point where we know our bodies need this. So we can eat more of whatever foods contain them rather than you don't need to take a supplement. So that's what I'm saying, right?
No,
like that's,
100% agree.
That's kind of what I'm getting at.
My point was that even though we know that, there's still such debate and misinformation as to what is the best diet,
100%.
because like you know what I mean,
Yeah,
right? Like
of course.
it's like, do you go vegan? Do you go more of a heavier on the meat? Is it a combination of the
Yep.
two? What's the best, right?
Yep.
So there's like,
Yeah.
but there's more at play there than just
Yeah, for
getting
sure.
the essential minerals and
For sure.
amino acids and all that kind of stuff.
But I think like when you're looking into this stuff for supplements, like, because I take supplements, I take some supplements.
What do you take?
Well, I've been taking like omega-3s
Mm-hmm.
because I do think that that's really important to supplement it. But why? Because it's really good for your like brain health
Mm-hmm.
and for inflammation. And like I have some weird thing with my foot, and it's really sore. And I've found that since taking the omegas, it's really improved my pain. So I think there's lots of
Placebo?
inflammation. No, I don't know.
Hey,
Maybe.
50-50.
Who knows? Who knows? But I take that, and I take vitamin D because we all need that. And I give that to the kids too. And
so omega-3,
Yep.
what is it?
It's an essential fatty acid.
So it's a fat, not an amino acid.
No, amino is protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
So omega-3 is an essential fatty acid.
Mm-hmm.
So you say essential. So what is its function in the body? Do you know?
Not like I would need to do some more research before I felt confident talking about it.
Okay.
But yeah, like it's important. Like it's important for your brain. Your brain is mostly fat, so you need that fat. And the other thing too is there's 3 different types of omegas. There's omegas 3, omega 6, omega 9, and you need to have like the proper ratio. And omega 6 and 9, we get so much of that in our diet and in processed foods and stuff, and we don't get enough omega 3s.
Okay, I'm just asking because I like honestly again.
Yeah.
I don't know this stuff. I don't know any of this stuff. You say omega 3, so I'm like
Well, yeah, and that's something like I'd want to sit down and
and sorry,
figure out how to
put you under the gun
No, that's
here.
fine. I just don't want to speak about it unless I can actually really explain it well.
Yeah, or just to know exactly like what it does. And like you said, it's something to do with brain function.
Well, no, it's a fat, and like we need those fats in like our cell membrane. But like it's gonna get really sciencey, and I don't really want to.
Sure. Yeah. For sure. Gotta know what's up before you start speaking to it. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay.
But then the other thing that me and you kind of always have a discussion over is protein powder, and I do put that in my smoothie.
You still do that?
Yeah.
So, let's just say. Okay. Well, yeah, we do talk about that. And I think that stuff is terrible. I don't think it's, I don't think it's terrible. I think it's absolutely 100% not necessary. And I think this is my opinion and what I think the whole need for having to get so much protein is just something that's spun up by the fitness industry of this is what you need in order to get really big or whatever. And then all these shops, these Popeye gyms, all these supplement things, spewing all this kind of protein because you need it to get to work out. And I think it's bullshit because you see so many like all these vegan athletes or whatever that are super ripped, and I don't know if they take supplements or whatever, but they say they get all their protein from plants, and some plant sources are incredibly high in protein.
Yeah.
And do you need it all?
Yeah, I think it depends on a lot of things. I think for me, I take it because I do only eat like 2 meals a day, and I find I can't get like all my protein requirements in because I'll have a smoothie for lunch and then I'll have my dinner. And so I add the protein powder to get that extra.
But isn't that the case then of figuring out what's in your diet and what you're eating to make sure that it's balanced?
Yeah. And so for me, this is what works for me because I don't want to have for lunch, it's usually something quick like a smoothie because we're off doing stuff with the kids. So I just want it to be quick and easy. And like, I used to have that like Vega protein, which was not good for my stomach at all. Yeah,
you smelled like a rancid.
It was awful.
Your gas, you got so gassy. And it's like, why are you taking this stuff? It's clearly not helping you.
So no, but like the stuff but this is the whole point, right? Is the stuff that I get now I found something that doesn't bother my stomach at all. And it's hemp protein, and it's just from the bulk barn, and I buy it in bulk, and it's not expensive, and it's
why not just take hemp and just put hemp in your smoothie?
Well, I do as well. I do put hemp seed in there as well.
It's like, how much protein do you need?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's what I find works for me, and that's the thing, right?
I think I can't say whether it's good or bad or not. I just think that, again, if you eat a varied diet, you don't need to have any kind of supplements,
No,
period.
I agree with you.
Because they're really expensive. Like this protein stuff you buy is probably like what, something ridiculous, like $20 a pound or something like that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how much it costs. I don't know, but I think
see,
they're pretty
that's the
expensive,
thing,
right?
right?
You buy
Is
those
like,
big tubs of
but
protein.
I'm not buying that big
for
tub
like
of protein. That's why
$50.
this one is different and why I
Wow.
get it, because it's just in bulk at the bulk barn. So it's cheaper and it says what it is, and it's just one type of protein. It's not like if you buy the Vega protein, there's like 50 different types of plant proteins in there, which is great. It shows you can get all of your protein needs met through plants. But at the same time, I think that huge combination and mixture just does not do well for my stomach. So.
Sure. Yeah. No, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. So it's funny. Like, I mean, it just goes to show that even between like us, I mean, we're still learning and we're still trying to figure out what works. And, you know, just like you need to do is you need to figure out what's gonna work for you. And what we're saying today is just be very careful at the things that you see and that you read, and think about what their angle is and what they're trying to market to you, and how you think your body's going to respond to this, and like if you actually need it or not. You know, that's the biggest thing, is just don't just go out and buy something because
what's someone's
you think
agenda.
it's going to fix what you need. You know, and if you hear something about a tea or whatever and think like, oh, if I just drink this tea for 5 days, I'm going to lose like 20 pounds, whatever. Yeah, you certainly can. But why? Why would you do that? Do you think it's really something in the tea? Or do you think it's another factor, like just not eating food anymore, right? Like, so just think about it.
I think it's just like,
common sense. And do you need
think
a product?
critically.
People always needed products. I mean, you know, look at the past 50, 60 years, our society is getting we're just getting more unhealthy. Getting fatter, obesity skyrocketing. What's the change, right? Was there a product needed to get people that fat? And is there a product that's going to be needed to make you lose weight? Like, think about how we got there and think about what we need to reverse that. And, you know,
and I think, you know, find people on social media that are kind of like, no, this is bullshit. Like, I think like Every Damn Day Fitness is a great example. He's always like, no, this is crap. Then there's this other guy. I think he's been on Every Damn Day Fitness. They've kind of partnered up with a couple things. He's Swolenormous.
Oh, I know. I heard the guy. I don't watch any of his stuff.
But he puts out a lot of content. But he's the same kind of thing. It's like a no bullshit approach. Like, you know, you have to
just work hard.
Put in the work. Like, you got to plan for it and stuff. So
it's it's really frustrating.
And it's just, and I think the thing that's sad is that the people that do get taken in and then they, you know, diligently drink the tea or they take these supplements and it's not necessarily working for them, or
it works at the start, of course, because you're pumped and you're ready to give it a try and do what needs to be done.
But then you lose all kinds of money. Like, there's a big documentary I was telling you about, this Herbalife. It's a big like pyramid scheme.
Oh, it's another pyramid thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's actually a big documentary on Netflix. I forget what it's called now.
I don't know. We don't have Netflix anymore.
I know.
We haven't had it for like 2 months
called.
now?
Oh, it's called Betting on Zero. Because what this guy, he's a big hedge fund guy. I forget what his name, something Ackerman. And so he's shorting all the Herbalife stock. So the same thing, like The Big Short with like the housing market, it's the same thing. He's betting on it to crash because like you were saying, like.
So these are publicly traded companies too?
Yeah. And so there was actually like a big ABC, this was a few years ago, a big ABC kind of like expose on them as well. And I mean, people are losing tons of money. Like,
that's crazy. We should look into this and see what's going on.
So, but it's like, it's people that want, number one, to have a healthier lifestyle and to be healthier. And then number two, people that are trying to make a better life for themselves financially. And it gets screwed over double.
Huge things. Like what are things that are most important to people, right? Probably money and financial security and stability. And of course, being healthy.
Health. So it's
because
screwing them
they're hand in
over.
hand. If you're unhealthy too, it's going to cost a lot of money, especially I guess in the States. You got to pay for your healthcare if you don't have insurance.
So
I mean, forget about it.
So I think like that's the thing that is sad about it is people, you know, they're sold these dreams on two levels, and then you know,
and then what chance do you have? You know, you're marketed to very well, and like you're, you know, all the targeted ads and all that kind of stuff. You know, the thing of Google and Facebook, like honestly knowing more about you than you know about yourself, they're not wrong. They know so much. It is insane.
Yeah. And I think people just need to have like more faith in themselves that you have everything you need within you to change, right? You don't need someone on the outside saying, oh, you need to detox, you need to cleanse, right? Like I think you need to find it within you and do it yourself.
Yeah, you do, but I think there's so much against everybody, and if you don't take the time to learn, sorry, I don't. I know I go back and forth being like, so much in the media is telling you disinformation, blah blah blah, but then at the same time, it's like, no, just you gotta fucking just do it yourself. Just stop with the excuses. Stop watching Netflix. Stop wasting your time on your phone. Stop with your Facebook. Stop Instagram. Just get rid of it and just get what you need done.
Stop eating shit.
Yeah. So
because this is the thing. At the end of the day, if you grab that bag of chips, you know it's bad. Everyone knows that bag of chips is bad.
Well, it's got potatoes in it.
The bag of carrots is what you should choose. Everybody knows what the right choice is. It's just actually conquering that inner bitch. And
well, that's the thing too. I was doing a little bit of research on, I guess, decision making and how you're always going for that dopamine hit, where you're always going for that short-term satisfaction, even though you know, without a doubt, it is sabotaging your long-term goals.
Yeah.
And that's the key to being successful, is making those short-term decisions, which are actually painful, but you know are going to have long-term benefits. So for example, going for a run or going to work out, it's going to be short-term pain because I don't want to go, it hurts, whatever. But you do that every single day. And before you know it, a year from now, look at the long-term benefits you're going to be reaping the rewards. So it's like, it's delaying the reward.
Delayed gratification.
Yeah, it's a delayed gratification. And it's so hard to do, because if instead of working out, well, you know what? I'm just going to have a pizza. I'm going to have some chips or ice cream.
Yeah.
It tastes good. You like it, whatever. But then as soon as you have it, it's like you crash right away.
Yeah.
It's like right away you crash and you feel like shit.
Yeah.
So then what do? Well, I got to get the next high.
Yeah.
The next high is another bad decision.
Yeah.
That makes you feel good in the moment, but then you crash right after, and then you're sabotaging, your long-term gain.
Well, and I was just like, I wrote a blog post, I'll post it later, but it's I think either with making a choice, like a bad choice or a good choice, like they both can snowball and form an avalanche. So just like you're saying,
well, that's exactly what the psychology is.
It just snowballs. You just keep making these bad choices because you're like, well, fuck, I already ate the bag of chips. Might as well have that chocolate bar too. And like, it just keeps snowballing. But I think the same thing happens if you start making good choices. The same thing can happen. You're like, oh, I slept really well because I didn't eat like shit, or I slept really well and I feel really good because I did go for that run. And then so you're like, I want that again. And so you know what you need to do to get there. And so it can snowball as well the other way. Yeah. It's harder. Like it's absolutely harder. It's harder,
but it is. It still, I think, falls in line with that delayed gratification. Where it's like, oh, well, I did that today or yesterday, and then tomorrow, look at how I feel. I feel better because of what I did yesterday.
Yeah.
So you see the benefit and you start to feel it. So you keep it up. But yeah, of course. And then it becomes addictive too as well too. Like if you're weighing yourself and just scale keeps dropping and dropping, you're like, all right, I'm motivated. I want to keep going. So it all factors into the psychology. And
I think one thing I wonder though too is like with all of these different like products that you can buy and consume, does that have something to do with it too, right? Because whenever you buy something, you get like, isn't it shown that you get like a dopamine hit like when you actually purchase
that's like,
something?
Yeah, that's to talk about buying stuff versus experiences.
No, but I
wonder,
but I wonder if it's like a similar thing to like you buy this skinny tea or you buy like these supplements and they come in and you take them and like, I don't know.
I mean, you might feel good because you think that it's going to help you.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why you can have success with it at the start. But then when you're not backed by actual science and an actual change,
and then or it's not
your
novel.
Habits,
it's not like a novel thing anymore that you're like, you feel good because, oh, I'm going to have my shake and now I feel good about it. And then you're like, oh, this actually doesn't taste that great. I don't want to have this damn shake again. It's the same flavor. Blah. I don't know. I wonder.
I haven't thought about it. I would probably say not as much, to be honest, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it has an effect. Like everything's not black and white. It's not like this is the only reason why you make this decision.
Well, yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying, like, I wonder, just speaking about the dopamine hit thing, I wonder if that's
and that's
a factor into it.
Yeah. And that's a big thing. Just a little off tangent, obviously, because when don't I go off tangent? But this whole short-term dopamine hit is exactly how social media is so addictive and how these companies get you, where it's, you wasting all your time on Facebook or playing the latest game or whatever it happens to be. But you start playing it and you get that short-term satisfaction. And then you put it down. You're like, oh, why did I do that? It's so stupid. I just wasted half an hour.
Yeah.
But then you get back into it and then you get addicted. And then your brain's like, give me that thing because I hear that phone go ding or whatever it is nowadays.
Yeah.
And then you want to feel good. And then that's how kids are getting destroyed nowadays when they're so addicted to social media and they don't get the likes and they're like, why aren't my friends liking my things? They have
like all these anxiety and depression.
Oh my God, that's insane.
I know.
That's a whole other
It reminds me
topic.
It is, but it reminds me
Let's talk about it right now. All right.
It reminds me of that Star Trek. Remember that Star Trek with Wesley Crusher and Ashley Judd?
Yeah, they had that.
Do you remember that one? They had that game. Yeah,
I mean,
that's what it reminds me of.
A lot more intense though, because as soon as you played it, like totally messed with your wiring.
Do you not
That's
think
what it was?
But do you not think it's the exact same thing?
Not as intense. But that one was
I
intense
don't know.
because they mind control people.
Yeah,
literally be able to like steal the ship or something like that. But no, it
is. It reminds me.
It's the same concept, but obviously that's magnified. But it's like, who knows? Maybe there could develop some kind of Cylon technology to start taking. Did I say download? I didn't say download. I just purchased.
Battlestar Galactica.
So we should watch that again.
Oh, it's such a good
a good TV show. Yeah, talking about humans and that's such fascinating conversations as to what is human and what is life.
Yeah.
And if you mechanically make a human out of like it's you build a human, is it still alive and a human or is it a machine, right? And they're like, oh, they're machines. Like, I don't think so. I think if you build a human or a machine that's works and functions exactly like a human, it's alive.
It's interesting.
It's got consciousness, makes decisions.
It's interesting to think about.
It's very fascinating. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. Right now we're talking about, I don't know. What are we talking about?
I think at the end of the day, you just have to put in the work to get healthy. And you have to understand that there is no quick fix. And anyone who says there is trying to sell you something and doesn't give a shit about your health.
Yep.
I think that at the end of the day, that's what it is.
That's a good, concise way to put it.
Yeah. I think, it's just, you have to be patient. And I think you really hit the nail on the head about like this instant gratification type thing. And I think that's what everybody expects now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
have a goal card, have a vision of what you want in your life. And I've tried this. I had to limited success. I need to try it again because I think it does work. Visualize where you want to go.
Yep.
Write it down.
Yep.
And every morning you wake up, read it.
Yep.
Be like, I can't wait for Christmas time because I'm going to be 20 pounds lighter.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing. But then I think you have to put in, how are you going to get there?
Well, of course, I'm just saying, but you read it to remind yourself
you what you're doing every day.
Long-term goal is. Absolutely. So you can make the choices that you need to make. They're harder choices because there might be that instant pain or whatever for long-term benefit, right? You have to make those choices. So it just helps you get to that point to think about, of course, you can't just read it and it's going to happen. No, it's all part. This is like, maybe we should talk about it at some point, but it's like scientifically shown to like actually work by like visual. I mean, that's what sports psychologists do to the top performing athletes. It's like visualize yourself, how your ski run is going to go and all whatever. So you know exactly what you're going to do at whatever point in time during your
even for people that are not like professional, like when I was training to run the half marathon, I would plan out like my run and then like my training runs, and I plan out where I was going to take a walk break and how I was going to run, how fast I was going to run through parts. So it's huge. Visualization is huge.
I've even done it a few times too, like before hockey games, whatever. I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And this is how I'm going to score goals.
Yeah.
I'm just maybe not that good of a hockey player, but sometimes some days you feel like you're so good.
Yeah.
Other days not so bad, but I find too that if I do visualize, I tend to play a little bit better.
Yeah.
So anyways, and another point, just to add on to what you summarized there a couple minutes ago, is that it's really not hard to. Don't think that it's hard.
It's not.
Honestly, people say, oh, it's losing weight. It's so hard. You know what? It's not that hard. I think everyone says it's hard. Then you have it in your brain that it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. You
But
just
I
need to
think
be
if
disciplined.
you need to be disciplined and you need to have the right
have a plan.
tools and have a plan.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And maybe tools isn't the greatest word because we're talking about not buying products.
But tools,
I think it's like
the
knowledge.
The knowledge are the tools to understand what to do and how to do it and just how to execute.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
It's not hard. It really isn't. And it's fascinating too, because I feel like, I think there was some comedian that was talking about this on a podcast. I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast, but she was talking about quitting smoking and how it's like, you know what? It's really not that hard.
That's funny. Yeah, I heard that one too.
It's that comedian girl there. I can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. But, and like, I never smoked, so I don't know, but I kind of buy it. I mean, everyone's always said, oh, it's so hard quitting and whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, is it the smoking or is it the habit or what is it? If you really wanted it, like, is it that hard? I don't know. Some people claim that it is. But then again, you hear other people are like, yeah, I quit, no problem.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's just like eating. Just, you got to lock yourself in a room in a sense and just not smoke for 5 days or whatever and get beyond that initial those cravings, right?
Yeah,
and
maybe.
Then roll with it.
I hesitate to make any comment on it because
I have never smoked.
I've watched a couple people quit smoking and it does not look easy.
Yeah, but I think it's, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I've never smoked, but I think if you just rip the Band-Aid off and,
cold turkey,
just stop smoking. No,
white knuckle it.
If you have like, oh, well, I'm going to go from 10 a day to 6 and 5. It's like, you're still getting that hit. So just get rid of it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Again, I can't say that. I mean, this is getting into the realm of like addiction and stuff like that and then quitting. I mean, but I mean, I guess the only thing I could speak to is for me. And so I guess I don't think I'd call myself a food addict. But I was certainly making very bad decisions constantly, like literally every day or every 5 hours, whatever.
I think you could argue that like sugar can be addictive.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
but I mean, I was like, that's it. I can't get any fatter. And then you just stop eating, it's like, okay. And then it's tough at the start, but then it's not so bad. So it's like,
but yeah, you just need to have the knowledge of what to do and to how to be successful. And I think.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, sorry. Don't listen to I have no idea about smoking.
And I hesitate to even say that losing weight is easy because I think there are.
Easy? I'm just saying it's not like super hard and like it's the hardest thing. You know what I mean? Because like it's so hard. It's like it's.
Yeah.
Somewhere,
Yeah.
Like on the difficult.
I'm just saying, I think if you have if you have all your ducks in a row and you have, the support you need, because that I can't even I don't think we can overstate how important that support is as well. So I think that's a big part of it too. So, and that's an outside thing you might not be able to control. Right. So that might make it hard. But yeah, you certainly don't need any fucking detox teas or waist trainers or other supplements or stuff to lose the weight. You don't need any of that.
Nope.
No.
You don't.
Cool.
Got it?
Yep.
Good. Not you. Them. Them listed. Get the point? Good.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to say?
I think I'm good.
Anything else you want to add?
I think I'm good.
Any other medical advice you want to give to all our smokers out there? God. Yeah.
No.
I don't know.
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. If you got all the way this far, that is awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
You so much. As always, we really appreciate your ear.
Yeah.
And if you ever have any ideas of what you want to hear us talk about next, just let us know.
Leave a comment.
We've got all kinds of ideas that we'll just start spitting out of our mouths here and trying to make it somewhat
coherent.
Yeah, coherent. But with me, probably not, as you probably already can tell. So anyways, with that,
Chris by 5.
Thank you for listening.
That was awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
That was awful too.
Whose fault? That's a little bit better.
That's better. It's my arms are too short to reach that far.
Excuse. Why don't you just shut up and get the shit done? I don't want your excuses. I want results.
Just grow, damn it.
Just grow. That's all there is to it. All right. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hold you like your mind, but it's over, almost over. For a second, let's forget and pretend, 'cause I just wanna hold